welcome to my YouTube channel Cbse Courses with Riti. As we completed nutrition, we learned a brief about autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition. Today we are going to continue with autotrophic nutrition. It is nothing but the organisms that manufacture, this term is really very important, their own food. They are manufacturing their own food. That's simply your autotrophic. You can add few terms of like by process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. ठीक है. When you are out of space, so you use line like this to show that you have continued that word from the next line. Now examples are your plants, obviously, the cyanobacteria. Now what are cyanobacteria? So from the previous classes we have just learned, or you can say रट्टा मार लिया है, blue green algae. One more example of autotrophic is blue green algae. So cyanobacteria is nothing but blue green algae. ठीक है? So this is the basic definition. You need to write it down whenever you are asked about autotrophic nutrition. Okay. Now let's come to photosynthesis. The term we have discussed very deeply from our previous classes as well. Before that, autotrophic. Auto means self. Trophic means nourishment. This is something you should know. If you know, well and good. If you don't, so you can just look and just understand by yourselves. Similarly, photosynthesis. Photo here doesn't mean the photograph with clay, but light. Photo basically here means light. इसलिए in the chemical reactions and equations, the chapter 1 of your chemistry, we learn photolytic. Photolytic. So इसका मतलब ये नहीं था photo the photograph one, but the light. Okay. So light synthesis. Synthesis again is not very hard. It means to make. Photosynthesis, synthesis to make, photo means light. And when you just try to understand all together, you can just make a brief that the process of making something with the help of light. It now we can understand, this is very basic, although you know what is photosynthesis. So now let's jump on the main thing here. Photosynthesis is carried out by plants and cyanobacteria to make their own food in the presence of sunlight. I am telling you the definition. You can write it down if you want to, or you can just self-write it as well, because this is something we have learned already. So the process by which autotrophic organisms manufacture their own food, photosynthesis is the process in which autotrophic organisms manufacture their own food in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Now when I use the term sunlight and chlorophyll only, so it doesn't mean that they are only essential और बाकी अगर कुछ नहीं भी होगा, then also they will carry out the process photosynthesis, but still we see that. तो इसमें बेसिकली होता क्या क्या है, CO2 is there, right? You use CO2, you use H2O, What else you use? Carbon dioxide, water. Is there any byproducts? Now, if you will write here like this, sunlight and plus chlorophyll, so I'm telling you it's gonna be wrong. These are the byproducts, but this is important for the process and you not need to actually write it down like this. That's the rule, you can say. Now, you will make an arrow here, big one, and then you will write your sunlight and chlorophyll. The same way we did in our chapter 1 chemistry in our decomposition reaction, जहाँ पे हम ऐसे heat दिखाते थे. But sunlight, we didn't use that symbol. We wrote it like sun, light, chlorophyll. Right? Carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll gives us. Now tell me the name of this. I hope everything is clear here. Carbon dioxide, water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll reacts to form glucose. I hope you got it already. If you didn't, so don't worry, you can just write it down. Glucose. Glucose is basically the food. You know, जो हम यहाँ बात कर रहे हैं जिस food की, glucose is nothing but that food that will provide them, that will provide this autotrophic organisms to do any work. They will provide energy basically. Oxygen will be given as a product which then we are going to inhale, and the water. Now here is water पे बहुत ही discussion होती है that whether we should write it down or not, because this water comes basically by transpiration, you can say. Yeah, this is not very the product is, but you need to write it down. Now the thing is balancing. 6 carbon, 6 carbon. Okay, 6 to the 12, 13. Here it's 13, here is 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9. So what should I make? Should I make it 6 here? Should I make it 12 here? I think I should. Oh, I think I should make it as 12. As long as I can see, let's try it with 12. Although I have not checked it yet, but I think we can write it down like this. 12 to the 24. Here we have 12, and I can just write it down 6. Now, does it look balanced? Let me check. 6 to the 12, 12, 24. 6, 6, 12, I find. I don't see it balanced yet. Let me just check. What I can do is I can balance this 6 as well. Let's check. What now? 12, 6 to the 12, 24 oxygen, 6, 6 to the 12, 6. Okay, so now it's balanced. Oxygen is balanced. Carbon, 6 carbon, 6 carbon, balance. Hydrogen, 12 to the 24, 12, 6 to the 12, 24. Okay, so now our equation is balanced. Now here in this, you can either learn the balanced, या तो balance formula याद कर लो, or you can simply forget this balancing. You just learn that carbon dioxide, water reacts to form glucose, oxygen and water, and you can do the balancing afterwards. Now let us talk about photosynthesis in more details, right? Now we are going to talk about the events of photosynthesis. Now in class 10, it's very rare that they will ask you the definition of photosynthesis that they made you learn in the junior classes like third, fourth. They are absolutely, just a second. They are absolutely not going to do that. So what they are going to do? They are going to ask you the events of photosynthesis. If you look into your NCERT textbooks of class 10 science, you will observe that in photosynthesis they have not given you very much in deep about it, but they have given you diagrams and the event of photosynthesis. What they are just the 3 steps that you need to learn and understand basically. First is absorption of LE, that is your light energy, by chlorophyll. Chlorophyll. Now let us stress in each and every word itself. Light energy, there are many forms of energy, and energy can't be created or destroyed, but it can be transferred. And light energy is given if we talk about the process of photosynthesis in general, or basically light energy is given by your sunlight. Chlorophyll, that is present in your cells. In a cell, chlorophyll is present in plastids, right? It's present in plastids. Plastids are of 3 kinds: chromoplast, chloroplast and leucoplast. What is chromoplast? The color other than green. Like in fruits, there are different colors. So for imparting that color, उस color को लाने के लिए they are chromoplast. Leucoplast is basically for the storage, and chlorophyll is present in chloroplasts. Chloroplasts are the green pigment that imparts green color in your leaves and other organs, wherever it is. So chlorophyll light energy को absorb करता है. This is your first point. Second point is conversion. Conversion of light energy to chemical energy. C is chemical energy, L is light energy. Now why you are saying that this is a conversion? When we wrote that formula, that goes like CO2 plus 6H 6H2, like, let me not write it down, let me just write it down. Why to balance it right now? You can write it. Sunlight chlorophyll gives you C6H12O6 plus O2 plus H2O. So this formula is basically a photosynthesis. You must learn it. And in here, this sunlight, when absorbed by chlorophyll, this gives a kick for the chemical change of water, your carbon dioxide to form your glucose, oxygen and water. Basically, we can see that this is a conversion of light energy into chemical energy. And splitting of H2O. This is very important. If you will not write it down, then you are surely will gonna lose your marks. Just H2O gets splitted up into H2 and O2. Or you can say here, or basically decomposition of H2O happens. Now why it happens? This another very big process. That is that H2O is not the same H2O. यहाँ से उठे के सीधे H2O यहाँ नहीं आया है. ठीक है? It very frank if I say you this thing in short. Although you don't need to learn it because it's not in your syllabus, they haven't given it in depth, but you can just see that ये H2 यहाँ सीधे उठ के नहीं आया है. There was a chemical change, ये भी break down हुआ H2O2 में, फिर O2 यहाँ आया इसका, H भी यहाँ आया, but then because of chemical process, this is formed again. First thing कि फिर से बना है, ये सीधे यहाँ H2O नहीं आया है. That much I think I need to tell you right now, and we can make a separate video on that why we need splitting of H2O, and if you are interested you can just check out the comments below. third point is reduction. Again, a very important term. Although I don't need to justify this term because अभी हमने पढ़ा ही है chapter 1 में. Reduction is gain of hydrogen or loss of oxygen. So now see, reduction of CO2 to C6H12O6, that is your carbohydrate. You can write it like reduction of carbon dioxide into glucose in the words itself, or you can use this formulas as well. That's completely your choice. Why we are saying reduction? It is because CO2, no hydrogen, but oxygen is there, carbon dioxide is there. And if you check it on the product side, this hydrogen as well. So oxygen नहीं हटा है, but hydrogen is added on. And that's what the reduction is all about. Reduction is gain of hydrogen, first of all. That's why we can say that reduction of CO2 into C6H12O6. These three things, these 3 points are the events of photosynthesis. You can just write them down, learn them, because they will be asked you in your exams. And we are ending up the video here. Kindly go through it again, and for this especially I'm going to make a video. If you are interested, you can just see it. I hope you like my video. If you do, so do like, subscribe and share my channel. Also don't forget to ring the bell hand button so you will get all the notifications of my channel. Till then, bye and have a wonderful day, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.